Hi, I'm Tara Howell. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to be talking about how to Cricut with a Joy on a budget. Now, if you happen to have a Cricut Maker or an Explore series of machines, stick around because you might find a lot of benefit from some of the information that I'm going to share today. So let's just dive in. And please, if at any point you find some inspiration or benefit, I love and appreciate it when you hit the like button. Thank you so much. Let's get to it. So, Cricut Joy right here. This cute, adorable little Cricut crafting machine. If you don't already have one and you're popping into this video just to see, is this something that I can do? I want to learn more about how to Cricut craft on a budget. Can I do this? This is the Cricut Joy machine, and as of the filming of this, there is a blade that comes with the machine, as well as a Cricut cutting mat, and it is a standard grip mat, so it'll come with this standard grip mat. And then you can also purchase a longer mat that is either this light grip mat or the green standard grip mat. However, online, on Amazon and other places, I will try and link below in the description some alternative off-brands from Cricut that are a little less expensive and more affordable if you're trying to Cricut craft on a budget. So today a lot, and I think most of all the materials I'm going to be talking about are non-Cricut brand and mostly Dollar Tree items, but not everything. So most of the items are going to be from the Dollar Tree or Amazon, and I will try and link in the description as much as I can when it comes to Amazon related items. So here's our cute little Cricut Joy. Like I said, it comes with the cutting blade, and then I think it'll come with one ink pen. And if you want to invest in more Cricut pens for the Joy, you can do so. But if you're crafting and Cricutting on a budget and you want to use just more inexpensive pens that you can purchase, like at the Dollar Tree, then you can use an adapter. It is non-Cricut brand, but it is available on Amazon, and I will also, like I said, throughout the video, everything that I mention that is able to be found on Amazon, I will try and link below. So you can purchase an adapter. So what you can do is you would take out your blade, and then in the insert area here that you would put your blade into, or a Cricut brand pen, you would then put the adapter, or you put the adapter onto the pen that's not a Cricut brand, and then stick it into the slot here and then close it up, and then you would be able to use it. So that's one of the things that you can do to help stay on a budget, is by picking up an adapter so that you can use different types of tools and pens that you don't have to spend the Cricut brand money on. And then I have so many things that are here that are Dollar Tree related. I just want to say one thing though that's not really Cricut Joy related, because you cannot use the Cricut Joy to, as of this point, cut fabric. However, if you have a Cricut Maker series of machines, you can cut fabric. And Dollar Tree has these 18 by 21 inch little swatches of fabric, and I just happened to pick up a few different ones. This is a cute little butterfly pattern. So at Dollar Tree, they have a little section for crafting. They actually have called it Crafter's Square in recent time. And oh my gosh, I love this little gingham, black and white gingham or buffalo plaid check fabric. Or you can just use this to complement a project that you happen to be working on. If you sew and you want to do something with this and then cut out vinyl to do an iron-on the fabric. I just wanted to throw this in with this Cricut Joy budget tutorial video, because just because the Cricut Joy does not cut fabric doesn't mean that you might not benefit from some of the amazing things that the Crafter's Corner offers at the Dollar Tree. And then you can always pick up a pair of scissors at the Dollar Tree. Now I keep saying Dollar Tree, but that is still the name, but it's technically $1.25 for all of the items. As of 2022, they updated and changed their pricing from what used to just be $1 to $1.25. So some things that you get may seem like they're not really worth $1.25, and then there's other things that you get that are like more than worth the $1.25. So I think that there's kind of a balance that happens. So just keep that in mind when you're shopping. I'll get to one of those examples in just a minute. So we have Aleene's tacky glue. I think I have called this Aleena's tacky glue, and I may continue to do that on occasion, on accident, because I just renamed it to Aleena's tacky glue. However, this is a great brand. I really like it, and I think that it's awesome that you can pick this up at the Dollar Tree, as well as the Mod Podge brand. You do have a smaller little 2-ounce bottle here, but hey, $1.25 at the Dollar Tree when you're on a budget to pick up some of these items to do some crafting, it's pretty worth it. And then they have a lot of tools. This one here would be great in replace of having a weeding tool. And then the other end is awesome if you do a lot of card making or working with cardstock, and you have cardstock projects that have score lines on that you want to maybe do some little bending and folding and just get into nooks and crannies when you're working on projects. This is great. So it's kind of a dual tool, and it comes, I think, a 2-pack. I'm pretty sure it was a 2-pack. So you get 2 of these for $1.25. So you basically have a weeding tool on one end, and then an end that you can use for scoring or whatever other creative ways that you can come up with using this nice tool on the end. And then they have a couple other tools there that you could just dream up of all the ways that you could use them. This one here's the debossing. Now I've only used embossing or debossing with the actual machine. However, I just wanted to throw this out there that they actually have a debossing tool, which is pretty cool, at the Dollar Tree. I did not pick up every tool that they have available either, so it depends on where you are at any given moment in time at the Dollar Tree. I know some of the items I shared today, you might not be in stock at your Dollar Tree, but make sure you keep going back and checking in, and eventually, hopefully, they'll restock. So a couple of the items that the Dollar Tree carries in their brand at the Crafter's Corner, I have the examples in the Cricut brand. So I didn't actually purchase the Dollar Tree brand because I have 2 sets of these, so I didn't need another set. However, they have the spatula tool that looks very similar to the Cricut brand one, and same thing with the scraper tool. So they have both of these available at the Dollar Tree. So they're much less expensive, and definitely if you're on a budget, pick up these tools at the Dollar Tree. They look like they're pretty good quality. I haven't actually touched them, but I've seen them and spied on them many times when I've hit up the Dollar Tree in the last couple months. And I'm telling you, if you're on a budget and you want to try a Joy, or you happen to have a Joy, or any Cricut machine for that matter, hit up the Dollar Tree. You're going to be able to craft and create and do all kinds of projects by sticking to a budget with the things that they offer there. So I'm going to move on to something that I got so excited about that I can't wait to open up with you. But first, just real quick, the Cricut Joy has a certain size of material that it can cut, and they have permanent vinyl. They call it permanent vinyl paper at the Dollar Tree. This is a glitter mat. It's just a white glitter mat, but it will fit on your Cricut mat and be able to be used to do projects like adhesive vinyl projects. Now it does say vinyl paper, but they do have it shown in a tumbler. So of course the quality of this I don't believe would be the same as the quality of vinyls that you're going to pay more money for. But if you want to craft on a budget, this is something that you can do and still make great projects and have good results. The one thing that I would suggest though, when you're on a budget, do a couple little test cuts. So just cut something really, really tiny on this, or something small like a circle. If you have Cricut Design Space and you're on a budget and you don't have Cricut Access, click into Free, click into Shapes, and just cut like a little 1/2 inch circle or square and see if it cuts through all the way at the setting that you have. And if not, then go in and cut a couple more circles trying different settings. So that's just a really cool product that they've just came out with at my Dollar Tree. They had a Dollar Tree vinyl that they've had for quite a while in the regular size, but now they have these little Cricut Joy sizes, and I think it's pretty cool. Like this one right here is a nice little floral pattern. It is a matte vinyl paper permanent, and it is one roll of 4.5 inches by 48 inches. So not bad for $1.25. And then the thing that I'm so excited to open, oh my gosh, I keep saying this and then I have one more thing I want to show. The other thing is these self-healing cutting mats. I actually picked this up for my Joy with my case that I have that I got on Amazon for like around $30 or under $30 for this carrying case, and I'm going to show it to you guys. I did a whole unboxing video and shared a lot about my Cricut Joy, and at the end I showed you my case. But I'm just going to show you really quick because this is part of Cricketing on a budget. If you want a case for your Cricut Joy and you're a crafting budgeter, this case is amazing. There is a zipper pouch that I hold all the things. I actually normally keep this in there, but I took it out for the video. And then I have room for a little mini heat press, as well as my little heat mat. And this holds my Joy and materials and things. And then in the front, it actually has a zipper pouch that can hold all kinds of tools, scissors and glue and pens, markers, and then I have my little Cricut True Control knife. However, you can get an off-brand cutting knife and then have your little cutting mat that'll help you with measurements and or cutting material. So I love this. Check the link for this in the description. It comes in multiple different colors. This just happens to be one of my favorite colors. And speaking of the Cricut little mini heat press, there are also little mini heat presses by different brands, and I will link to those in the description as well, where you can do all the cricketing, doing iron-on, and all the things on a budget. So, on to the thing that I'm so excited to show you and go over with. I'm going to close up my machine here and move some of the things. So one of the things that I'm excited about, that I was saying, like, different things cost different money and maybe it doesn't seem like it's really worth it, but then there's other things that you're like, wow, I'm getting all of this for just $1.25. That's how I feel with these paper packs. These are awesome. And when I saw this, I was like, is this for real? All this for $1.25? Like, that's pretty cool. I'm excited about this. So let's open this one up together. I got 2 different packs. They have like different types of material in them. They have textured paper, they have glittered paper, they have plain paper. We are gonna get into this. They have all different sizes, but it seems to me that most of them would fit on the Cricut mat and cut without having to adjust anything for the Cricut Joy. So let's go ahead and open this up. So for $1.25 for this particular paper pack, It's almost like getting like a sample pack or a mystery box or something. So you can't really tell what all's in there until you purchase it. But there's different sizes and shapes. Well, not shapes necessarily. Well, I guess so. There's some square shaped paper, mostly rectangular shaped paper. But you can do all different types of projects like card making. There's so many different things. You could scrapbook with this material. You could do card making. You could do, I mean, there's so many paper projects. I could go on and on and on. We could make little flowers and just all the things. You can cut out words and letters and all the things with, look at this textured paper here. There's a couple pieces of this textured paper. How pretty is that? I really hope that you guys can see that texture on the camera there. Gosh, that is just so gorgeous. And then we've got several little squares of this plum, or this is actually purple, of this purple paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6, no, 8, 6 different pieces of this, and it's really thick. I can't tell if it's textured. It definitely isn't just like your basic plain paper. It's very sturdy, so that's nice. So then there's several pieces of this blue paper. This also has like a little bit of a texture to it. They're just different styles or types of texture. And then we've got several more pieces of this like ivory or off-white color. I mean, I'm thinking like you could make some invitations for a little party that would all like coordinate. Then you've got a big stack, I mean a lot of these brown color. So it's like you could do multiple different projects. Obviously you wouldn't want to put all these colors together. They wouldn't necessarily coordinate, but more paper. Some of it looks a little wonky, like this piece right here, but I'm sure we could cut out something and do something with this piece, even though it's maybe not in the best condition. I'm just like so excited about opening this up. And then we've got a couple pieces of this white paper that looks like it's got a little flecks of, I'm not sure what in there. And then we have some more ivory paper, but it's in different shapes. I feel like you could almost just not even do anything special with some of these and maybe like turn this into a bookmark and then do multiple layers on here with just cut out different shapes with your Cricut and then glue it on to the bookmark. So many different things. So this is definitely a textured black. So on one side it's kind of flat and then the other side it's got like a ribbed almost texture. So this is really cool. So we've got all those, and then we have this kind of rusty color. I'm looking to see if there's a texture on it. It's pretty much the same on both sides, I think. Just so cool, so cool. Okay, so that was one. I wasn't gonna open both, but now I feel like, hey, it's Christmas morning on my YouTube channel. There are different types of papers in here, so we've got to open this one too. Okay. This one's so fun looking. I'll save that one for last. Okay, so we've got a little piece of glitter. And then this one, it looks like just, I don't know, almost like bricks or like a woven pattern, almost like a basket weave patterned paper. Very cool. And then we have, this is textured paper, kind of like the pink, but it's more in like this ivory color or off-white. Oh, and we got several pieces of this textured paper that's a nice off-white. And then here is a red paper. This one is probably like the thinnest, but it has like some stitching on there. So very interesting. Very interesting. It's like they took paper and cut it into little scrap pieces, but this is pretty cool. Very cool. And then you've got this really bright blue. Several pieces of that. Then you have a couple pieces of this square blue. Just a random piece of this black. This is a little bit thinner, but it has flecks of gold in it. And then here, this looks like stamped paper. So you've got these little squares here. And then there's more paper that has little gold flecks in it. So here's this size and this piece. And then there's little pieces that have all these little pieces of gold flecks. Love the texture. So much that you can do with this. And then there's some bigger pieces of that paper that has like the stitching in it. The paper itself here is thinner, but then it has that really cool like stitching across it. So I'm not really thinking off the top of my head what you could do with that, but I'm sure that many of you watching your wheels are spinning. And then here's a nice piece of a lot of textured paper in this pack. Now we've got a bunch of just little pink pieces, also textured. And then we have some I don't want to say yellow, but like, I don't know, it's a dark golden color. Also has little flecks of silver. That one's a little bit of a different color than the rest, but very cool, very cool. And then you have a couple pieces of this like turquoisey color, some more pieces of pink. And then this looks like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. It's like fake leather looking almost. Textured paper. It's like almost like an animal print or something that has like a dark line through it. I'm not even sure what animal would have this coloring in it, but just really neat, cool stuff. And then there's a piece of, I thought this was so cool, I saved the best for last. It looks like embossed flower printed paper or flowered paper. So all this, between the two of them, $1.25, $1.25, so $2.50, and you get all this paper that you can use to cut out all kinds of shapes and decor, letters, embellishments, make a card, cut out flowers, little paper flowers, just so cool, so cool. I'm loving all of this. But more that I want to show you are not just the actual materials and tools. I want to show you some of what we call the blanks, which are items that you can pick up from the Dollar Tree that you can use to make projects on. So you can use this to cut adhesive vinyl and then put it on some of the blanks. Let me show you those. So I just grabbed a tray of some of my wood blanks that I have, and I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. I do believe these little hangers were at the Dollar Tree, $1.25 each, but hey, they're really cool. And what's funny is, as soon as I bought these, within a week, my mom had a request that she needed one, and I'm like, no way. I don't have to cut one out of cardstock. I actually can use one of these wood ones, paint it, and then put a vinyl decal on, which I did, and then I used my Dollar Tree Mod Podge to kind of put a nice little layer of protection over the adhesive vinyl that I put on these. And then these are wood planks, and you get 2, 4, 6 in a pack. These are great. You could paint them, you can leave them raw, natural wood, and do whatever you want with them. You could put adhesive vinyl on them, you could use a little mini heat press and do some iron-on vinyl on them, make a sign, you could just put a design, you could make little patterns, you can use hot glue, get a hot glue gun. These are also at the Dollar Tree, another set of wood planks. These are 6 wood planks. These are square shaped. You can do all the things. I mean, whatever you can come up with. You could use them as oversized coasters, just all kinds of things. And speaking of coasters, I think these would be adorable to use as coasters. You could paint them, add a saying on the ends or whatever. Because they aren't fully like a flat surface, they might be a little bit harder to like put adhesive vinyl on, but you could if you wanted to, and then put some Mod Podge over it to kind of seal that or protect them a little bit. But so cute, all the kinds of things that you could do with these. And they have these types of wood signs there. They have chalkboard signs at the Dollar Tree. They have these dry erase boards that you can use to cut adhesive vinyl and then put like a saying on, or if it's a holiday and you want to make a little Christmas wreath that says Merry Christmas on it, whatever you can dream up, your imagination leaves us for endless possibilities. And I absolutely love these house signs. I did a project in 4 projects that you can do with your Cricut Joy machine. I used this to do a project. Go check that video out when you're done with this one. And I've been trying to find more of them. I keep going back and looking for these, so hopefully you can still find these. They're awesome. And then these are really like dry erase boards, but of course we as Cricut crafters are like, I can put some vinyl on that. Whether you put a saying, or you want to make a gift, or you could even just like, say you had a baby and you wanted to have a little thing hanging in their room, you could put a little cute little giraffe or whatever the theme is. Or you could even take this and put their birth weight and date and how much they, how tall they were, how long they were, and the circumference of their head and all the things, what time they were born, stuff like that. And then they have square signs. You could do the same thing. You could take 3 of them and put, you know, like a monkey, a giraffe, a bear, and put the images in different colors and adhesive vinyl, do layered images, and then hang these up in a little nursery or a kid's bedroom. There's just, and the possibilities are just endless. And I got all the items that I just showed you, I got at the Dollar Tree. So they also have these cute little mini trays, which I've been using when I do projects. So I plan on painting and kind of embellishing these somehow. Speaking of embellishing, there's something I wanted to show you. Another thing that I got that I picked up are these little, they're actually wallpaper. They're supposed to be like stick-on wallpaper, which I would not use those for, but to each their own, if that's what you want to do, and put a little accent wall somewhere. But $1.25 for each of these. I really liked this geometric patterned one that's got a nice gold accent to it. So it's white and gold. And then this is just kind of a faux wood look. And what I was thinking when I saw these was of these little trays that I could cut the adhesive, whether it's the geometric one or the little faux wood, and cut it to fit in the bottom of these after I paint them. So that might be one of my next projects that I do. I have just touched on the surface of Cricut crafting on a budget. And I really hope that you found some benefit from today's video. I'm so excited to continue to show and share all the information that I can with Cricut tutorials, craft tutorials. I don't always just do Cricut projects, but I do have multiple Cricut craft machines, so I do a lot of Cricut projects. And today I wanted to take a minute to show people out there that are really wanting to do something like this, but have a very limited budget. And I'm just here to show you that if you can just hit up the dollar store a little bit here and there, you can have some fun and bring some joy to your life. And I genuinely believe that crafting and creating is like healing. It's like almost like the form of therapy. And sometimes we joke and say that it's maybe not cheaper than therapy, but guess what? We can make it cheaper than therapy by shopping on Amazon and the Dollar Tree and places where we can make it affordable to craft. So make sure you check out my description and hit up your local Dollar Tree. And if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, please just comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to chat with you. And I love it when people hit the like button. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to make sure to check out another one of my videos.